Well, CT, I spent the morning out digging out rose bushes that have gotten ingrown with Bermuda grass, Johnson grass, and carpet grass, St. Augustine. That was the easy one. They're sure going to look better. Get them fertilized today or tomorrow. Might not be, but a couple of months, have some beautiful roses out front. Subbed yesterday, went into the faculty lounge, and there was a newspaper dated Tuesday, September 22, 2009. I'm going to share a letter to the editor written by Diane Roberts of Yuma, Arizona. Don't know the lady. Don't completely agree with what she's saying, but there's enough truth from my point of view in what she's saying to be absolutely scary. And she's talking about Arizona, and I'm afraid the way the country's behaving right now, we're letting the hate balls and the radicals and the againers rule. Hope the president's patient, persistent, and that the American public as a whole will react in a way that lets him do a good job. Because, well, anyway, here's what she says. Wanting her title. Now, she didn't put the title on. Every newspaper has an editorial writer, a headline writer. I don't care if it's a letter to the editor or an article somebody on staff sends in. The editorial writer puts the heading on it. The heading is, Wanting Country Back, Real Laugh. Now I'm reading what the lady wrote. It's very difficult living in a red state. All I hear, see, and read about are the protests of the same old, angry, white Republican men and women whom are remnants from the McCain-Palin rallies. Rather than think for themselves, they would rather spread the lies of Fox, F-A-U-X for false, News, a.k.a. Fox News, Beck, and Limbaugh. I understand the fact that the Republican Party is now the party of the religious zealots, racists, gun-toting extremists, and hate-mongers, but I don't understand how the congressional leaders of this party are comfortable representing this ilk. I laugh out loud when I hear their pleas of, quote, I want my country back, end of quote. Back to where? The Bush years? Where were the protests from this party when their president turned a surplus into a deficit? Where were the outcries when he went to war on cooked-up intelligence and threw out the laws of the Geneva Convention, Where was the yelling when he gave tax breaks to the wealthiest Americans, big business and oil? Do Katrina, Guantanamo, torture, warrantless wiretappings, firing of U.S. attorneys, outing of CIA agents, children's health care cuts, attacks on women's health care, veto on stem cell research, and no child left behind ring a bell to any of them? Where were those the good old days? Wake up, America. No, I'm having trouble there, excuse me. Wake up, Arizona. These protesters do not speak for this country. They do speak on behalf of frightened right-wing extremists. They do speak on behalf of right-wing extremists, corporate greed, and the status quo. This state is more interested in allowing guns in bars and restaurants than providing money for public education. It's no wonder we're considered the dumbest state in the Union. As an American, it is our right to raise our voice when we disagree with our government. But it is un-American to drown out the truth and replace it with lies. The real agenda behind these protesters is to make sure that President Obama does not succeed in making America better. The bottom line is that we have an intelligent black president leading our country, and that is the real issue behind this angry white mob mentality. Diane Roberts, Yuma. I want to comment in a place or two. As I think all of you know, I would have been quite comfortable with Mr. McCain as president, even though I did indeed vote for Mr. Obama. I like Palin. Kind of think she's turned into a nut now, but I thought it was wonderful the way she energized the convention and so on. And you can go back and listen to my earlier videos if you doubt that that's what I felt and said. McCain had named Joe Lieberman as his vice presidential candidate. I think I would have voted for that ticket, because again, it would hint at cooperation instead of this deadly, to me, stupid, destructive, suicidal one party against the other instead of what's good for America. I certainly don't think people think we're the dumbest state. Maybe some people do. But heck, you'll find some people who name almost any state. A lot of them will name the state they live in as the dumbest. Are we smart all the time, any of us? Heck no. I'm so dumb on some things I can't even read this lady's article correctly without making mistakes. We're all dumb at times. We're all dumb in some ways, all the time. The good news is that we're not all dumb in all ways. It's hard to find anybody's dumb in all ways. And we can forgive ourselves for our trespasses just like the good Lord forgives us. So even now I have to be a little forgiving to the right-wingers that this lady talked about, but I did think she did a heck of a job of hitting the nail on the head.